And finally, substance abuse among men in Liberia reflects a broader global challenge we all have to face it. And of course, poverty, unemployment, trauma, peer pressure are major drivers of substance abuse with men in Liberia that we all have to confront with. And it requires all of us working together at the level of AMHROA, at the level of our communities, at the level of our individual organizations to support men who are actually abusing substances of different kinds. So with this, I want to say thank you so much for the opportunity that I have to present on this platform with you distinguished colleagues discussing men-related problems with sustained abuse. Thank you for the time.
Thank you much, Honorable Aaron. Thank you so very much. Can you just go to the first slide again, or the second slide?
Which one, sir?
Okay. Okay, I know that diagram. I think that's the fourth slide. No, the fourth slide. That one that looks like a spider. Aha. Fantastic. Okay. So I just wanted bringing our attention home, particularly on this slide. And we have seen across the continent of Africa how that men, try to come up with negative coping mechanism, especially to all the four elements, four critical elements that I did mention that are areas where men's mental health have been ravaged across the continent, have been a problem. Drug and substance misuse has been one of the ways we have seen, just like the statistics that have been shown to us by Mr. Aaron, that it's an increasing problem in the continent, and that the consequences of these individual men coming down under the influence of these substances or drugs are usually not just only on them or their health, but also on their wives, on their children, on their family, on the income, on the kind of food, on the kind of resources they are able to put back in the home. So the impact of drug or substance misuse in our continent is hydra-headed, and I just wanted to just bring it out to see that we really need to see how this can be managed, how all of us can play a critical role to supporting the cropping of these. I want to thank you very much, Mr. Aaron, for a very insightful presentation. I want to thank you so sincerely, right? So you look at it from substance use to dependency to abuse, becoming now a disorder, and then addiction. So it's just a progression, and we need to see how we can cut this progressive chain in the lives of individuals, especially men across the African continent. Thank you again very much, Mr. Aaron, for those amazing presentation and slides you have shared with us. At this moment, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, will you please just allow me to welcome another speaker for the next 10 minutes to present to us a very important section. I want to agree that this will concern all of us, and it's going to be something that I feel we will be drawing from largely, because Sega from Botswana, she's going to be speaking to us. By the way, Sega is a professional clinical psychologist with many years of experience. She's going to be speaking to us on the psychological impact, of stigma and stress on men's emotion, behavior, and productivity. So please, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome Sega. Will you please join me? And let's make welcome Sega for her presentation. Sega? Please, you have the floor. Hi, Sega. Can you hear me? You might need to unmute your mic. Good.
Yes, yeah. I hope you'll be able to hear me. I have a cold.
Oh, no problem.
So,
Sorry about that.
um,
Okay.
thank you for
Mr.
giving me
Aaron,
this opportunity.
can you end your slide? Can you stop sharing your slide, Mr. Aaron? Thank you, Moses, for your comments. Thank you. I see more comments are coming in from the last session. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Sorry, Sega. Please go ahead now.
Okay. Are you going to show my slides there?
Okay, let me do that. I had already given you permission to share, but let me quickly see if I can do that. But you can start.
Aaron's slide is still showing.
Yes.
I am taking it off. Let me see what can I do. Sorry for that.
No, no worry. I'll change. Don't worry. I'm going to change the setting. Let me see.
Enter.
Okay. Okay, let me check for a second. Let me just get your slide out. Oh. Why can't I find your slide, Sega? Okay. Okay. It's coming up now. Thank you. Aaron, you're still unable to close?
Yeah, I don't know what is happening.
Okay, let me see.
Is it still there?
Let me see.
Yes, it is still there.
I don't know what is happening.
Mhm.
So let me see. Is it up now? It's out now.
No, not
It's
yet.
off. I do not have it now. It's off.
Don't worry.
Confirmed. It's off. It's out now, please.
Okay. I will be sharing your slide in a moment now. Okay. Okay, please, Sega, you can go ahead. Your slide is up.
Okay. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to discuss about the psychological impact of stigma and stress on men's emotions, behavior, and productivity. Good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, everyone.
Good afternoon, Sega. Are we able to see your face, Sega? If it's okay.
You want to see my
If it's
face?
okay. If it's okay. Okay, thank you.
Can you see me?
Yes, thank you.
But I cannot see myself.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. You're just on the right side of the Zoom.
Okay. It's just maybe it's because I'm using my phone, not laptop. I don't have my laptop with me here.
Okay. But you're trying.
Why do you want to? Okay. Let us continue.
Thank you.
We are going to talk about the psychological impact of men, of stigma to men, I guess. So men are carrying a lot of weight wherever they go. If today, looking at the audience, the people who are participating in this presentation or who are part of this presentation, we have several men here. Have you ever heard of the phrase, men don't cry? Men are not supposed to cry. Men are supposed to man up. They're supposed to handle whatever they're experiencing. That is stigma. If you tell them to man up, if you tell them to handle whatever they are experiencing, or to stop crying, those words are stigmatizing. And it carries a lot of weight on them. That weight does not vanish. Today, we are going to talk about what it does to men, to their minds, to their actions, that is behavior, and to their work, and what we can do about it. Can we go to the next slide? In the first slide, I was trying to say stigma plus stress affect men's emotions, behavior, and productivity, because they walk around carrying a lot on them. Second slide, what is stigma really? We have, as African people, we have this idea that when you are showing your emotions through crying is a sign of weakness. Struggling to us Africans, is a sign of weakness. We have missed the myth, like real men don't ask for help. Real men don't share their thoughts and feelings. Most importantly, feelings. They're not supposed to be complaining. They're not supposed to show that they're really stressed. To the Africans, it's a sign of failing. Stigma is not one person. Stigma is not something that we can say it's working there it is, it's running away. It's a message we all grew up hearing. It's a message that we people, we believe that men should be able to handle whatever they're experiencing. They should keep their problems to themselves. Not because they are stubborn, because they were taught what strong looks like, by not crying, by not sharing their thoughts and feelings. Most importantly, feelings. That is stigma. That is what we overlook and say, no, it's nothing. It really affects them when you say men should not cry. That is stigma. What is the impact on emotions? That slide. The impact on emotions. We are talking about the COVID effect. We are talking about the underground effect. Stigma hides feelings. Stigma makes us push those feelings, makes men, let me not say us, push men to hide their feelings. It shows up as numbness. Have you ever seen someone who is numb? You try to comfort them, they're like pushing you away. Without saying a word, without feeling anything. Recently, I had this friend of mine, he lost his mother. So he came to see me at work. Then as he saw me, because we used to go to his mother's place, we are like neighbors. So when he saw me, he broke down. Then when I tried to comfort him, he pushed me away. I didn't fold my arms and say, okay, you are fine, since you are pushing me away. I also pushed. I rubbed his back. I tried to hug him, even though he was pushing me away. I said, no, you are my brother. I have to comfort you. He didn't say a word, he was just pushing me away. That is a sign of saying, I'm okay, I am fine. That person is not okay. So later on, he sent me a message saying, I didn't want to see you because I knew I was going to break down. Then I told him, no, you know what? There was a time when I was not well and you comforted me. So I have to return the favor. He said, no, but the man is not supposed to be crying. I said, no, you're a man, but you have to show your feelings. There's nothing wrong with you crying. It's okay for you to cry so that the weight becomes lighter. Irritability. Some become irritable to an extent that they show negative behavior towards their loved ones, anger outbursts. People end up saying things that they're not supposed to say, or they regret saying, with the mindset of saying, I am fine. With the mindset of carrying all the heavy weight by themselves under the pretense of, I am fine. Stigma does not delete emotions. It buries those emotions. That's why I was telling you about this friend. He was trying to hide his emotions, but he ended up breaking down. Because if I could have said, no, someone crying, no, it was not going to help him. It was just going to help him to bury what he's feeling. And the sadness usually turns into numbness. Fear of what will people say, or what he will say, or what will he tell people, turns into anger. That's why a man might snap over small things. Because the real feeling is buried where? Under stress. Plus the stigma that we men encounter every day in Africa. The impact on behavior, the impact of stigma on behavior. Overworking. Men are overworking themselves, they're always busy all the time. They're always drinking alcohol, gaming or gambling, strolling to and fro. Have you ever seen people who act fine? They can drink from Monday to Sunday, 24/7, drinking alcohol. And they'll make sure that they have money for alcohol. Or there's someone who's always financing or sponsoring their drinking habit. Overworking. Because a man is expected to provide or to handle whatever they're going through. They have 2 jobs or 5 jobs. When you knock off, like for us in Botswana, we work from 7:30 to, sorry, can I, 7:30 to 4:30, or from 8 to 5. When you knock off, you are now a taxi driver, or you are doing something manual work so that you can handle it. Remember, we said men are supposed to handle, they're supposed to handle it. Withdrawing from family or friends. Defensive behavior. Instead of facing the problem, they are defensive or they're aggressive. Behavior is what we see, remember? Men who are drinking more or shutting down at home. Underneath their behavior, they stress. He doesn't feel safe. Men in Africa don't feel safe naming their stress. Because stigma trains men to show behavior instead of emotion. Being aggressive. So what is the impact of stigma on productivity? A stressed brain, we perceive it as a focused brain, which leads to brain fog, making more mistakes, poor decision making, chronic stress affects focus and memory. A man can be A man can be at work for 8 hours, but become productive for only 2 hours or 1 hour. Remember, the man is there. He's there at work, but his mind is heavy. Is heavy. Over time, that leads to burnout, to withdrawal, or trying to push harder. But by pushing harder, you are not winning because your mind is heavy. You cannot focus on what you're supposed to be working on because the mind feels heavy. When the mind is heavy, it affects your sleep. It affects your sleep. It affects your physical health. One cannot be productive when they're not physically fit. They cannot be productive when their mind is heavy. They cannot be productive when they're overwhelmed. So why is this matters to all of us? Why this matters to all of us? Men don't struggle alone. Men don't struggle alone because this has an impact on their families. In so many ways. Due to the behavior that they portray, it affects their families. Due to the behavior of irritability, for example, it affects their relationships with their wives, siblings, children, people around them. Team work at the workplace. It affects the way they work with other people in the families. At the workplace. It affects the way they are perceived in the. It affects the way people perceive them in the communities. Remember, we said this is not just a man issue. When a leader withdraws, the team feels it. When the leader burns out, the whole team, the whole team burns out. The whole team slows down. When a man can't function well, communities lose productivity, and we lose connection with each other. What happens for us to break the cycle? Or what can we do to break the cycle as Africans? We have 4 practical steps. We have to express that men should express that they are stressed. They should express that they are not fine. They should express that they are not well. Talk to that one trusted friend or person. Introduce small habits. Keeping well on time, exercising, and taking time off. A man does not need several months of therapy to start naming what is stressing them or mentioning that they're not fine. They should just take the basics, like I've said, sleeping, exercising, regulating their stress. And as individuals, as psychotherapists or mental health providers, let us change the definition of strength. Strong men ask for help. That is not a weakness. That's responsibility. That shows strength. Stigma. Usually stigma says, carry it alone. Like what I said earlier, men are not supposed to cry. Men are to handle it. They should man up. So those small things. Sorry, let me. Like I was saying, stigma says, carry it alone. And stress that men experience makes it heavier. Healing starts when men get the platform to feel, or are given the platform to feel, and not to feel alone. And they should feel that without shame. The goal is not for men to feel less. When you have lost, when a man have lost someone they love, they should not feel less. The same way other people are feeling more, men should also feel more. So the goal is for men to feel without shame. They should check on themselves. Am I fine? Am I not fine? So us as individuals, we should encourage men to feel. We should encourage men to share their thoughts, their feelings towards what is hurting them. If you love a man out there, check on him. ask, are you fine? If you lead a man, create a space where I'm not okay. It's safe to say, and it's safe for that person to say, I am not fine. That's how we lighten the load. Remember, we are from different backgrounds. Some have experienced trauma. Some have experienced several adversities, but we should create a platform where men are able to express themselves by saying, I am not fine. By saying, creating that space, remember, you are informing them that this is their safe space. And it's okay to share their feelings. Thank you. That is the end of my presentation. Sihle, ngicela ungiphathele ithishu. Thank you, Amanda, for your comment. Amanda Stevens.
Hello, Sega. Hello, Sega.
Hello.
Okay. So sorry, the network just got a bit distorted. Thank you very much for your amazing presentation. Hello, Sega.
Hello, hello.
Okay, thank you very much for your very, very detailed presentation. We were so grateful. We're so grateful for that. I mean, you took us bit by bit, and it's just so stigma has a very strong hold and consequences on men's productivity and behavior. And you also were able to prove to us how stress also is making this much more heavier and much more traumatic. Thank you very much for taking us down the line, your slides. Thank you so much. So from the two presentations, do we have questions? We can quickly engage with our speakers. We still have Mr. Aaron and the call, and we still have Madam Sega. Are there questions or comments or contributions? We quickly take that in the next 2 minutes as we prepare to wrap up. Dr. Elizabeth, are you on the call, please? Dr. Elizabeth. Okay. Okay, she was also supposed to share some thoughts with us. Supposed to see some perspective from Sierra Leone and also from Ghana. Okay. All right. The room is very quiet. Can we please ask 1 or 2 questions? While we're still opening up for comments and questions and contributions, please let's on our cameras. We just want to take a group picture.
Yes.
We'll just take a group picture. Okay, please. We'll take a group picture.
Wait.
Aaron, you can help us take some pictures also. You can help me. Let's take some group pictures. I can't see any member of the communication team here now, but please, let's on our cameras. Let's just take a little group picture together.
I don't know how to set it up, Chief. I don't know.
Okay, don't worry. I will organize a special evening night tutorials for you.
That would be great.
Okay. Others are unable to. Okay. Thank you very much, patience. Thank you, and Satu. I hope I'm getting it correctly. Please forgive me if I'm not getting it correctly. We're happy that you joined. And Satu, Awal Bello, Mary, Mariam, Aliu, thank you. Moses Chung, thank you for joining. Chamo, thank you so much. Ndono, thank you for joining. We're really grateful that you all made it. Thank you so much, Nancy, Peter. I see Madam Nancy, an amazing colleague of mine. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Madam Nancy, Amanda. So I have two Nancy. I have Nancy Sierra Leone. I have Nancy Nigeria. Thank you, Madam Nancy Amanda, for also joining. Thank you.
Most welcome.
Okay, so I will call on. I want to hear some people who have not spoken. Please, can you say something on all of these 3 presentations? What's your take home? What do you think we need to do more? You can also speak on the Advocacy Leadership Academy we're starting. What's your take? What's your take? What's your take on promoting men's mental health in Africa? Preston, thank you for joining. Everybody, is everybody afraid of speaking this afternoon? The room is so quiet.
Hello, Zion.
Yes, sir.
You said people who have not spoken, so that is why we kept quiet. But I think we have gotten some interesting areas of research that we need to gather data from and speak with evidence. The impact of African tradition on men's mental health is something that we actually need to get data on, so that the next time we speak with some data maybe we sample some views of men on how they express their emotions when they're faced with issue, whether they express it, whether they confide in people, or whether they keep it to themselves, because we are trained as African men not to, unquote, complain, but to find solution to situation. So the meeting, the training was very interesting. And I was surprised that our lady could present on men's mental health like she did. So it was very much wonderful. At least we are valued and people care for us. And we encourage our women, the public, to also care for us, because we go through a lot of problems as well that affect our mental health. Thank you very much.
Amazing. So
Thank
we
you.
celebrate the women
Thank
in
you.
the house for also leading to support conversations around men's mental health. Thank you very much, Sega from Botswana. And I know, Madam Nancy, you have to say something. Madam Nancy, Amanda, Madam Nancy, Peter. Okay, yeah. Mariam, please go ahead, Mariam. Unmute your mic.
Okay, hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mariam.
Nice to meet you all, and I'm happy to be here actually. Though I missed a lot because I was battling with my network. It was raining here in Abuja, so my network was just fluctuating. But I was very excited to hear the topic about men's mental health. It's a topic that we avoid. Like, like the last person that spoken was saying about, we don't talk about men mental health, and which is very important because men they are our it's like a building, so they are our foundation. So when the foundation is collapsing, the whole building will collapse. So I think encouraging men's mental health is a very good idea. And I hope the men will cooperate, because it's not about us women. The women will definitely, I know, will support this motion, because we need our men to be strong and to be vulnerable around us and everything. But I hope the men are willing to get the help they need, so that we can help them. that's all I can say about this. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you so much, Mariam. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting us know that we can be vulnerable and you guys can accept us that way. Thank you for letting us know that. Yeah, Aaron, go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Yes, thank you. I think the women actually need to be worried about men's mental health. And with the issue of addiction for my own country, I guess it could be with other countries as well. You have more men affected. And this is very worrisome for me because years to come, I don't know where will women get their partner from. Because if we have an unbalanced society where most men are struggling with mental health issues, with addiction, then we are driving towards an unbalanced society. So I think the women have to actually come out to advocate with us as men and reduce the number of men getting into a problem. Because remember, women should also have a partner or partners to have their lives meaningful. And if more men are affected, for me, I think this is something that we need to talk about and to have a better way to handle it. So tomorrow we can have a better community for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Aaron, for that submission. Thank you, Mariam. I'm happy to know that you're joining from Abuja. Please feel free. You can walk into AMHROA's head office in Abuja anytime, and we're happy to get more volunteers on board. So on this note, we will be drawing Catherine to today's Accelerate Advocacy Capacity Building session for the month of June. And we want to thank each and every one of you for making our time. All our speakers, Sega, Mr. Aaron, everyone that have contributed. We want to really acknowledge and thank you especially. So I will just want to conclude by saying that for all that we have said, all that we have heard, please help us drop some comments in the WhatsApp group. If you are not in the WhatsApp group, please drop your phone number in the chat. I will share with you the link. Please join our central WhatsApp group. Please kindly register as a member. It's free. And then let's see how we can together, drive the conversation around mental health for men, around mental health reforms and care in Africa. And I am too sure that in no distant time, we will be transforming mental health system in the continent. Please do not forget 4 elements that I did share why we must consider men's mental health a gold mine in Africa. Number 1, the silent crisis, how it's keeping men away from seeking help. It's a silent crisis that we must all be involved in, dealing with. Also, please remember that men's mental health is an economic and development issue. It has gone beyond just health concern. Men's mental health is currently an economic and development issue that all of us must rise to the occasion of salvaging it. It's also very important, like we did mention in all of the conversation around masculinity, identity, and mental well-being, that look for questions that we must ask ourselves. What does it mean to be a man today in Africa? How do men balance strength and vulnerability? Just like Miriam did mention, how do we balance strength and vulnerability? How do men cope with unemployment and economic issues or pressures or challenges or insecurity? How do men cope? How do men maintain identity during retirement and life transitioning? It's very important that we look into all of this. And lastly, we talked about loneliness, social isolation, and suicide prevention. Please, all these are very critical that we take into consideration. Do not forget, we have talked importantly about our mental health advocacy leadership academy. We desire that with all of us present on this call and all our executives and the board of trustees, that in the next 1 year, we should be able to train in this academy 3,000 mental health advocates, youth leaders, mental health or health professionals, policymakers, persons with lived experience, caregivers, suicide organizations, etc., as stakeholders, as participants in this academy, so that we can have more hands with skill and experience and knowledge to be able to drive the right-based advocacy for mental health reforms and care in Africa. Until again, we'll meet next month for July's Accelerate program. Please do take care of yourself and ensure you prioritize your mental health. Take care of yourself and enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
Thank you, everyone. See you later. Bye-bye for now.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Madam Nancy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Zion, for the section. I really enjoyed every bit of it. So please do well and add Madam Mariam and I to the group.
Thank you.
And the platform as well. Yes, sir.
Oh,
I'm also
okay.
in Abuja, so I will visit your office.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so thank you. Do have a nice day.
Mariam.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Mariam. Thanks for joining.
See you again soon.
Bye. Bye. Thanks a lot, Pastor. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. All right. So we see the numbers in the chat box. We will make sure we send you the link to join. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, I wanted to just say that this coincided with the WHO African Region webinar, the safer webinar for alcohol and substance use. So probably that might have also influenced attendance. So when next we are choosing a time, if we can check some of these websites and dates so that it doesn't coincide, I think it would be good.
Okay, good. Please, once we push out time like that and you notice there's any other something, please let us know. Bring it to our notice in case we miss it so that we can adjust our timing. Thank you so much for that. Thank you.
Okay.
Can you please help me copy the numbers on the chat box, the phone numbers on the chat box? I know you are a member of the Secretariat. Just help us. All the phone numbers on the Secretariat so that we can just send them the membership registration, or you can just add them directly to the group. Please.
Okay, let me copy that. Just 3 numbers.
Yes, there are 3 numbers. There's Satu, there's Priston, and then there's Mariam. Oh, there's also Agnes. There are 4. There are 4 numbers. There's Agnes. Are you able to copy? I need to be sure you get the numbers before I close or end the call so that we don't have to start. Let me see. Okay, so the numbers are increasing. Okay. How far? You able to get the numbers? Hi, Chamo. You're able to get the numbers?
Copying the 4th. Some of the numbers, anyway.
Yeah, so some of the numbers just increased. I think we have another additional from Nancy, and then I think there's also Agnes. Please, so that we can just add them to the center.
It's okay, so
Yeah,
I've copied the numbers, not the names.
Yeah, just the numbers. Once you add them, to the general group, AMHROA network. So once you add them, we can tell them to do. We can drop the registration link also in the group for them to just register. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Sega. Thank you for your presentation and your time. Do have a very lovely day, everyone.